I'm Jeff Paur, senior writer for RealTime Fantasy Sports, and welcome to another edition of the RealTime Fantasy Sports Show. On today's show, I'm going to give you 5 waiver wire ads for Week 5 of the fantasy football season. So let's jump right into it. My first waiver wire ad for this week is Damien Harris, running back with New England. So he made his season debut last week, and he led the team in rushing. He ran 17 times for 100 yards. Sony Michel has been placed on injured reserve, so I think he's going to be out a while, and this opens the door for Harris to lead the team in carries going forward. He has some value for fantasy teams in this role, and he's worth owning in all formats, in my opinion, and he's available in 58% of leagues. The only thing I will say is I would not expect Harris to have a big role in the passing game, which is a concern. He did not catch a pass last week, but he's going to get a lot of carries in this offense, and offense has been running the ball a lot more lately, and probably the goal line work as well. So he definitely has value for fantasy teams going forward. All right, another waiver wire ad for this week is Teddy Bridgewater with Carolina. So Bridgewater had his best game of the season last week. He scored 30 fantasy points. He had a 3-touchdown game, and he's thrown for at least 269 passing yards 3 or 4 games. So he's really clicking in this offense, an offense that has been very good because of 2 good receivers in the passing game. Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore, both these guys have found a good rapport with Bridgewater already, and Bridgewater has been producing by getting these guys the ball. I think he's going to be worth some spot plays for fantasy teams the rest of the way, especially this week. Bridgewater plays Atlanta. So if you're looking for a QB for week 5, I would really consider adding Bridgewater to your roster. All right, my next waiver wire ad is Justin Jackson with the Los Angeles Chargers. So Joshua Kelly's likely the starter because Austin Ekeler is going to be out some time, but don't forget about Justin Jackson. He played well in spot work last year, and he's good in the passing game, which means he likely finds the field a lot with Ekeler out of the lineup. Kelly doesn't fit that role quite as well as Jackson, so I think Jackson's going to get his touches in this offense. He'll get around double-digit touches per week, and if Kelly has any more fumbling issues, which have been a problem for him, Jackson could play an even bigger role getting more early down work as a running back. So Jackson definitely has some value for fantasy teams going forward as long as Ekeler is out of the lineup. All right, my next waiver wire ad for week 5 is Scotty Miller with Tampa Bay. So Miller had 83 yards for the second straight game last week, and he scored his first touchdown of the season. He has at least 73 yards 3 of 4 games. So he's getting some work. He's doing a good job of making plays down the field. He's a very speedy receiver. He seems to be getting on the same page with Tom Brady as well. So I do think Miller will get lost in the shuffle some weeks, especially when Godwin's back healthy, but he certainly has the potential for the big game in this offense. So if you're looking for some receiver help, I would consider adding Miller to your roster. All right, my last waiver wire ad for week 5 is Robert Tonyan with the Green Bay Packers. So Tonyan is the tight end that's taken the league by storm in recent weeks. He had a 3-touchdown game last week. He has found the end zone 3 straight games. Don't expect a repeat of last week, but he certainly has red zone potential in this offense. I don't think he's going to get a lot of catches or yards despite his showing last week, but he certainly has some touchdown potential and a very good Green Bay offense. So he has fantasy value definitely going forward. He remains available in 64% of leagues. So if you're looking for a tight end, I would consider adding Tonyan to your roster. All right, this has been Jeff Paur for RealTime Fantasy Sports. Have a great day, everyone.